If you're not a resident of Texas, one of the very first things you're going to say is, why should I care who's running for governor of Texas? There's a lot of reasons why, but let me give you 3 very specific reasons. Here in Texas in 2010, 3 of the issues on the platform are, it's my intention to eliminate federal income tax in the state of Texas. I also want to eliminate property taxes for a single-family residence that is owner-occupied. And last but not least, I want to bring the cost of gas down to about $1.50 a gallon. Few, if any, of these things are going to be possible if we don't also provide these benefits to the other states. What we need in the 50 states which are united is a leader. We need a state that's willing to go out and push ahead and do the things that we think are right to be done. I think these things are right to be done. I don't think that we need to pay federal income taxes. Each one of these videos that you see, it's our hope to get about 100 or so, maybe 200 on the internet. And the purpose is so that you and I can have a personal conversation. I want you to know what I'm thinking. I want you to know the issues that are important to me, because I hope these issues are important to you. Today, with this particular story, I want to talk about a very interesting thing that happened relating to gun control. And again, I want to remind you that as I talk about this issue, just like all others, I'm going to give you facts. I'm not going to give you my opinions or what I think or what some other people think. I want to talk to you about the facts as they actually are. Now, the fact of the matter is that in our country today, wherever there is an overabundance of guns and there are liberal gun laws, and let me just say this in English, if I'm legally allowed to carry a gun in my particular area, crime goes down. There's a tremendous reduction of murder and rape and theft and burglary, and that fact is certainly a good thing. In areas where guns are prohibited, let's take for an example, recently in the news we've heard about Washington, D.C. Certain individuals want to have a gun there, but of course there's a gun ban in Washington. And Washington, D.C. is the highest crime-ridden state and or area, it's actually not a state, that we have within our country. So that's the simple fact of the matter. If we have more guns, if more citizens have more guns, there's simply less crime. And less crime, I think, is a good thing. Now, let me tell you an amazing, almost heartwarming story that happened to my son just a couple of weeks ago. My son happens to live in a state, one of the states of the 50 states here, where it is legal to carry a weapon. And when I say carry, I don't mean a concealed weapon. I mean he can carry it anywhere he wants to. He can hold it in his hand or walk into a store with a shotgun, whatever it is that he wants to do. It's completely, totally legal. So not too long ago, my son was stopped by a policeman for a vehicle offense. I don't actually recall what it is. But the officer, of course, came up to the side of the car and said, you know, let me have your registration, your license, and your insurance. And my son said to him, well, sir, before we get started, I want to inform you that I'm armed. And my weapon is fully loaded. I have a round in the chamber, and my weapon is cocked, ready to go. In addition, I have another 2 full clips for an initial 40 rounds. So I just want to let you know about that before we get started. At that point in time, the officer said to my son, well, all right, very good, thank you for telling me that. I'm going to have to take possession of your weapon while I'm writing you the citation. And my son said to the officer, no, you're not going to take my weapon. I have a legal right to carry it. I'm not going to give you an advantage. I'm not going to give up any of my rights. I have the right to carry this weapon, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. And so the officer looked at him for a minute and said, all right, well, excuse me just a moment. And he went back to his car, and my son, of course, was watching him in the rearview mirror, and my son indicated that the policeman did not get on his radio. He called on his cell phone to persons unknown for about 2 minutes, and then he came back up to my son in the car and said, well, sir, please take care of this problem as soon as you possibly can. Have a nice day. And he left. Isn't that, to me, I just think that's an amazing story. I mean, it makes you smile. It almost makes you feel good inside. You know, wouldn't that be wonderful if you and I could do that? You know, in one of the other videos on the internet here, you and I have a discussion about speeding, and I told you in that video how there's no speed limit law here in Texas, and probably not in your state either, right? So what if you and I are speeding in our road machine or our vehicle, an officer comes up and wants to give us a ticket, and we say, hey, we're fully armed, and we're ready to defend ourselves, we're ready to defend our rights. I don't want to hurt anybody, you know. I could think of nothing worse than harming somebody or killing somebody, and I certainly don't want to do that. But of course, I also don't want anybody to harm me. So, we're talking about the Second Amendment here, about our rights to bear, what, guns? No, our rights to bear arms. Remember, the Second Amendment says we have the right to bear arms. It doesn't say guns. It doesn't say rifles. It's not about that. When that amendment was written, it means I have the right to own a cannon, to own a bazooka, to own a submarine, to own a jet. I think if John Travolta can have a 747, couldn't I have an F-16? Oh, I don't see why not. Of course, that's a little bit extravagant. But the whole point that we're talking about is rights. In running for the government, in running for the governor in the state of Texas, I'm concerned about rights. I'm concerned about the people. How many times have you said to yourself that you can't fight City Hall? How many times have you said it's no good? It's no good to fight. They're going to win. I'm telling you that I'm a person and I'm here, and I will help you if you help me. And together we can defeat those people who are currently in office who care nothing about us, who are not working for our best interests. Because as we discussed in the speed limit video, if there is no speed limit, why are you and I paying hundreds if not thousands of dollars on a regular basis because we were speeding? The answer is, according to the government, because getting your money is more important than telling you the truth. For my candidacy for the governor of the state of Texas, I believe that telling the truth will always be more important than getting your money. I believe in freedom. I don't believe that people should be locked up for any reason ever simply because I don't agree with someone else's opinion. As I said before, I'm Ken Griffin, and I'm running for governor in the state of Texas, and you can help me. Because quite frankly, I'm probably not going to go too far without your help. And please don't think that somebody else is going to do it and your help isn't necessary. Please go to my website at www.texasgovernor2010.com. www.texasgovernor2010.com. Take a look how you can help. Send me an email. Let's talk about a couple of things. Watch as many of these videos as you can and pass them on to friends. Because believe me, I need your help. And with your help, we can do this. Now the ball's in your court. That's it from me. I hope I talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.